My name's Andy Rowell, and I'm the owner of Pacific Coast Skydiving. Yeah, what typically you end up doing is you'll show up about a half an hour before your appointment. We do the paperwork, as you know. We do some paperwork, a little bit of training, and then you'll pay. After that, we'll put you in some gear. It takes about 5 minutes to do that. We'll wander out to the planes there, as they're doing now, pick them up, and off we go. Take about 15-minute scenic flight over the ocean where we can see downtown San Diego, fly right over Imperial Beach. You can see Tijuana, the fence, and the Bull Arena down there in the south. It's really beautiful. Of course, you can see Los Coronados at this time of night, and sunset is my best time and favorite time to jump if you had to pick one. As we circle up at the altitude, we'll go to about 10,500 feet or 3 kilometers. We'll swing back out towards the east here is where we jump out of the plane. It takes maybe 45 seconds to free fall. We'll fall for about 5,000 to 5,500 feet, about a mile, at which time we'll be reaching speeds of 125 miles an hour. At about 5,500 feet, we'll pull the parachute. It takes maybe 1,000 feet or maybe 5 to 6 seconds to open. Once it's all the way open, it's like sitting on a swing at about 4,000 feet. We'll float around, we'll let you guys steer the parachute, and then we'll come into landing. Just like an airplane lands, we come in and we flare. We have you pick up your feet so that you don't break anything, and then we come into land, let our feet hit first, and then we'll stand up, or we slide in on our butts. So it's pretty fun, pretty safe.
And then we want to do it again.
Yeah, you want to do it again. Yeah, it's better than any roller coaster you've ever been on. It's gotten safer throughout the years. Unfortunately, a lot of people have had accidents and had things go wrong, and they fix those problems. And with them doing it for 25, 30 years now, they've got a lot of the bugs worked out. Unfortunately, a lot of people have been injured or killed in this sport to make the equipment as safe as it is now. A tandem jump, yeah, but the tandem jump is just basically like a tandem bicycle. It's where you and I jump out of the plane together. I wear the parachute like a backpack. You're attached to the front of it with 4 clips. We both jump out of the plane and use the same parachute to land with, so that's why they call it tandem. The parachute, though, the first thing is what we're going to do is usually as we leave the plane, we go ready's forward, set is back, forward is go. So ready, set, go. As we leave, what we usually do is we have you arch. It creates like a badminton birdie with your body. And what it does is it keeps us stable so that when we fall, this being your belly button in your face, we fall together like this, belly to earth. So that when I can throw the little parachute on the side is a drogue parachute. I'm going to throw that into the air. It's going to come up and around us, behind us like this. And what it does is it lets us fall at about 125 miles an hour. Without it, the two of us would fall over 200 miles an hour. And the reason it's important to have that little parachute out is because if the parachute opens at 200 miles an hour, it's going to be very hard on our bodies. It'll be like a drag chute on a drag car. It'll open, it'll be very violent and hard on our bodies. At 125, it's nice and soft. So, and that's the reason. We throw the little drogue out, we get stable. We usually will do a turn left or right. At about 5,500 feet, what we do is we pull on either an orange handle on my right or on the blue handle on my left. Pulling one of those handles does exactly the same thing. It releases the main parachute. The drogue will pull the main parachute out and let it open up. And then what we have, if there were an emergency, what we would do, our next procedure would be, and most of the time, I've got 12,000 skydives, and I've only used a reserve parachute 3 times. So most of the time, it'll open and open fine. But in case it doesn't, let's say the main parachute were ripped in half. Obviously, it's a no-brainer for me. We can't land that parachute. The first thing I'm going to do is release that main parachute. And what's going to happen is, believe it or not, that main parachute will fall away from us and actually pull out my reserve manually. I can also manually deploy my reserve parachute as well. Typically, you pull one and you pull the other about a second apart, just to ensure that it will open. If for some reason this got hung up, at least this will still get the reserve parachute out. And for both parachutes to fail, it's highly unlikely. I know statistically you have a better chance of being bitten and killed by a shark than dying skydiving, so it's pretty good, pretty relatively. To get to the tandem instructor, we start just like you guys. We do one jump, we decide we like to do it, and then what happens is you slowly progress. After 25 free falls, you can do a couple more tandems, or you'll learn to jump by yourself. And when you do that, it takes you 25 free falls, and of that you'll have to have 10 minutes of free fall time. A tandem free fall time counts as your jump, and you'll need 25 of them. So once you get to 25, you'll do a little multiple choice test, and you'll have your A license. After that, your next license would be a B license, and that's at 100 jumps. And then after that, I believe you can start coaching. They've switched the rules around, so I'm not absolutely sure. And what happens is you can start jumping and getting at least paid, or your jumps paid for, to learn how to skydive. They do another license at 200 jumps, which is your C license. And then to do what we do as tandems, you have to have 500 jumps or a D license. And there's no time frame, so the more jumps you can make in a day or a year, the faster they add up. You can buy, yeah, new gear. I mean, is like a new car. It'll cost you $6,000 or $7,000 to have new gear, but you can buy a good used car for considerably less, just like gear. You buy a good used gear for $2,500 to $3,500, and the advantage to that is that you build up to it because you're not going, as you learn to skydive, your parachute is going to probably get smaller, and so will your container. So you don't need to buy the best thing at the first time because you're going to learn in a Cadillac and you're going to end up in a Ferrari. So there's no reason to buy the Ferrari right away because you'll get hurt in it. Learn in the big soft trucks, Cadillacs, forgiving parachutes, big parachutes. Yeah, some places it depends on the aircraft. Some places go to 12,500 feet. Now there's some other places in Northern California, I believe, can go up to 18,000. It's kind of expensive. You can actually do 2 jumps lower, gain 2 jumps and more time, and cost you less than doing the one tall jump. But it's fun to do. You should, if you can get a chance to jump at 18,000 feet, you should do it. And then in Florida, they actually do high altitude jump, and I think it's $3,500, and they'll jump from 36,000 to 32,000 feet.
Wow.
Tandem. Yeah, it's a big deal.
All right, just to wrap things up, what do you recommend? Invite people?
Yeah. All they do is just have the desire to want to go have a good time. It really is a lot of fun. You have to be over 18 years of age to be able to skydive and under 230 pounds. It's about 104 kilograms you have to be under. So as long as you're over 18 and under 104 kilograms or 230 pounds, you just make a reservation to come on out. And you don't even need a reservation. I mean, just if you're bored and just want to come out, give us a holler and show up that day and jump out of a plane.
Oh, before that, do they need any instruction, like half an hour or?
Yeah, it's usually, we do, because some of the bigger places do classrooms, we do more one-on-one. So like if I'm jumping with you, I'll train you. And the reason we do that is it gets us to bond and we understand each other, that we're jumping out together, we're in this together, so whatever happens to you, I'm about a half a second behind. So we train you how to arch, how to lift up your feet for landing, a little bit about the parachute and stuff, and off we go jump.
All right, just and ages from 18 to what?
The oldest, 18 to unlimited. I mean, you have to be in good enough shape. As I say, if you're wondering if you should do it, you need to be able to jump off the couch without breaking anything. So as long as you can do that, you'll probably be fine skydiving.
And the sensation, what's the first sensation on the...
It's not like a roller coaster. If you can do roller coasters, you probably won't have any problem skydiving, but there's no falling sensation. It's really more like you're in a pool underwater. You're floating on a cushion of air. Just like the water holds you up, so does the air. After you fall at 125 miles an hour, the air is literally holding you like water. There's enough supporting you and you just kind of float there. If you were to eliminate the noise, the wind noise, it would literally feel like you're just floating in a cushion of water, underwater, just peacefully and quiet.
All right. Something else you want to add?
No, that's good, I think. I mean, I'm all right.
All right, yeah.
I think you just got to come out and make a skydive because it's a really good time.
All right. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a great day.